Where's the everyone? Hello, everyone. Perfect. Thank you so much. So I'm Afsha Kansal, and I'm going to be your MC today this evening. Welcome to SDI Finals 2025. 2 years ago, SDI became the largest net zero building challenge in the world, and it continues to lead the way. And keep your hands warm, because with that, I'll also request all of you to give a huge round of applause to Infosys for hosting us in this fantastic campus. Thank you so much to the entire team of Infosys. We're grateful for your continued support. Before we start, a very quick reminder on some housekeeping rules. In case of any fire emergency, please follow the exit signs. Do not use the lift and gather outside the building. Cell phones on silent, and we can take 10 seconds to do that. If all of you can very quickly ensure that each one's phone is on silent. And in the meantime, the third housekeeping rule is that no food, beverage is allowed inside the hall. So for any one of you wanting to consume, kindly step out. So today, we have the privilege of seeing some of the industry's brightest lights and their innovations that promise to combat climate change. We saw 30 organizations with some amazing products in the exhibition. We have representatives here with us from Brigade REAP, Climate X Capital, IDHINA, Indian Angel Network, Nirman Venture Capital, Transition, and Sustainability Mafia, all of whom have committed to taking innovative conversations forward in the most promising way. These organizations are part of SDI's investor network, and they are part of the jury for the Climate Smart Innovation Award. They met with all the startups earlier today, and based on their conversations have shortlisted 10 of them for the pitch session that we are going to have now on this stage. So all of you, please prepare to be captivated by their innovative solutions. They want to reshape our future with their ingenious and scalable solutions. I hope they leave you inspired and motivated and feeling more optimistic about the future. So let's give all the innovators who are waiting to start their presentations a very big round of applause, please. We also have a very passionate jury with us who are going to judge all the presentations, and they've been working in the field of sustainability and innovation for quite some time, so they bring a long line of experience. They've spent waking hours hunting for innovations which can scale and be implemented in work across the country. So with that, let's welcome all of our jury members. We have Ayappa Somayanda, Chief Business Officer, Brigade REAP. Can I ask the jury members to be a little informal, stand up and maybe just wave to everyone in the room? Perfect. Next, we have Guru Prakash Shastri, AVP and Head, Climate Action, Infosys. Hari Prasad Hegde, Founding Partner, IDHINA Capital. Harleen Oberoi, Senior VP and Head, Project Management, Tata Realty and Infrastructure, and Tata Housing Limited. Johan Fernandez, Co-Founder, Climate X Capital. Priyank Garg, Managing Partner, IAN Alpha Fund. And Sunita Purushottam, Head of Sustainability and CSR at Mahindra Life Spaces and the GBPN Board. So without further ado, let's kick off this session by summoning the first 5 set of presenters. And with that, I'd like to request all the presenters to start coming on stage and taking their seat. So first we have Biome Build, followed by Lambert Technovation Private Limited. Third, Dura Composite Private Limited. Then we have a team from Satic Concrete Manufacturer Private Limited. And lastly, for this first bunch, we have Airex Innovations Private Limited. So I hope we have all the presenters on stage. Are you guys ready? You don't seem ready. Are you guys ready?
Yes.
Perfect. So you guys will have exactly 3 minutes to make your pitch. I'm going to make a very... No, that's loud, sorry. Okay, that's the loudest. Okay. So I'm going to make a mark at 2 minutes. That's your indication that you need to start wrapping up, and it'll be a double click at 3 minutes. So that's when your time sort of finishes, because we're running a little tight on time today. After each presentation, I'm going to request the jury to take any questions that you have. We are not taking questions from the audience, but you can always meet the presenters later in an informal setup for any questions you may have. And we'll have 1 minute for question and answer. So how many ever questions you're able to take in that 1 minute, that'll be the timing. So with that, I'm going to invite my first team, which is from Biome Build. And your time starts now.
All right, thank you so much. Thank you for the jury for getting us to this stage. My name is Sumit. I'm the founder of Biome Sustainability Ventures. In very plain, simple terms, when we think of emissions, when we think of sustainability, we think of emissions at the first place. And the built environment is one of the largest contributors to carbon emissions. What we forget in some of these things is what is the environmental impact of beyond carbon emissions. We look at wood as one of our key building materials. We forget to acknowledge the impact that it leaves behind on biodiversity, on our planet's ability to absorb emissions and make a positive future. At the same time, we have amazing amounts of agricultural waste, which is wasted, which is burnt, which causes more emissions, which causes more pollution for our urban centers. When we talk of sustainability in the built environment, materials contribute a significant component into our lead scoring and sustainability scorings, but they've traditionally been some of the lowest scoring areas. Materials and indoor air quality scoring perhaps the least that has ever been. They score only about 33%. That's data from some of the projects that I have built on over the years. Which is why we've innovated, What we've built is a product which replaces wood, engineered wood in the construction industry, which can be used for almost every application, from the floor that I'm standing on right now, from the desks that you use in your offices, to the tables and chairs and your wardrobes and shutters and everything wood that goes into your offices, homes, hotels, every indoor space. I was talking to somebody earlier, amongst all the man-made materials that are there around us, after clothing and textile, you probably have the maximum number of touch points with a furniture element. You sleep on a bed, you sit at a table, you sit at a chair, but we never acknowledge, we sort of turn a blind eye towards what's the impact that it's leaving behind. That's where we come in, that's what we are innovating for, that's what we've built, a product which is climate positive, a product which everyone, and I mean everyone, we all have our furniture, we all have our wood interactions on our everyday life. What we have a product which is superior to traditional engineered wood products, which fits into the market pricing. Market price is something that everyone talks about. We are formaldehyde free, we are a responsible product, we source raw material from our farmers. We are based in Haryana, we manufacture there, we use the paddy straw, we use the wheat straw that is available there, which is otherwise burnt. And we hope when we scaled up, we're going to help the built environment improve its LEED scores, help in GHG emission reduction at a massive scale, at the same time save a lot of trees from getting felled for the purpose of being used in the built environment, of course, and using thousands of metric tons of straw, which is otherwise wasted, and in the turn also not just wasted and burnt, but also creating a rural economy around straw, which is currently not there, which is one of the reasons why it's burnt. Okay, we are almost done. We're already supported by the government through the Ministry of Commerce and Industries, Ministry of Agriculture and Farmers Welfare, and Ministry of Science and Technology through various, and part of a larger, that's the founding team, that's me. Amrita is the co-founder, we have a few advisors. Triple bottom line of sustainability, we work for people, we work for the planet, and we work for profit. That's us, Biome. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Now I'm going to pass it on to the jury members to ask any questions they may have. And we're going to spend 1 minute to do our Q&A. So whoever has a question ready may please start.
We actually spoke, and you said you will get to particle board level pricing at 1,000 boards a day, right? In terms of timeline, by your business plan, when do you get there? Broad plan.
Depending on how much capital we're able to raise, it could be within 12 months or within 12 to 18 months, that could be the price change.
Okay, it's not actually demand, it's the capital that's a constraint.
That capital is a constraint. Demand is not a constraint right now.
Thank you.
Any other questions from the jury? Okay, thank you so much, Build.
Thank you. Thank you, everyone.
Next, I'd like to call on stage presenters from Dura Composites Private Limited. And your time starts now.
So, good evening, everyone. First of all, thank you, the jury, for giving us a chance to be here, and thank you, all of you, to just address the very change of urgency that we need to address the carbon emissions that the construction industry has been bringing on to the global carbon emissions. Sorry. No. So, just small brief about how overall 40% of the global emissions are coming from, everyone knows it, that it's coming from construction. Out of it, steel and cement particularly are 15% of carbon global emission. Traditionally, we have seen that there have been a lot of innovation in construction industry to bring on the change, but there has been just value addition, but there has not been a significant change in the material that has been used most extensively, that is steel and cement. So, corrosion, again, is a bigger cost. It costs anywhere between 4 to 9% of the global GDP. So, in current era of construction, we see that our consumers and the businesses are much less, they need faster construction, they have much need for faster construction, but not only faster, but they have more durable and resilient need to make a construction. Sustainability as a whole goal has been a bigger picture now. Everyone is seeking to get lower carbon footprints in their construction and their overall businesses. So what problems did we have with traditional material, particularly TMT steel? So they have lower life cycle, and whereas their carbon footprint for manufacturing is much higher. Their repair and maintenance cost is also very large, as we have to repair and maintain every 30 to 40 years. Cost inefficiencies and cost pressures, as we already know. Labor-intensive work, labor shortage is something we know which is very prevalent currently. Project time delays and logistical issues. So what we are bringing on is neobars. With neobars, we are able to change a lot of things. We have already discussed the strength that we have over steel. That is tensile strength, we have 2x. We are much more lighter, so our logistical emissions would be much lower. We have much more durable, our material is much more durable. So we have 3x the durability, as we are 100% corrosion free. So our structure would be 3x, we will have 100 years plus of life of our structure. With all the problems that we saw previously that we have with the traditional materials, we are able to solve each one of them here, right? So in our case, Neobar's success does not lie in its very innovation, but it lies in our adoption. We are much more adaptable than any other innovation out there. We have seen that multiple innovations keep coming, but they die down eventually. Reason being that either the scalability issue is the issue or the adaptability is the issue. In our case, we are very much scalable and we are very much adaptable, right? The ground team doesn't have to be trained. We have all our reports and mechanical properties to proven to even show it and prove it to structural engineers. This is a video that we have. These are the applications that we have already used it in. And we have BIS guidelines, ASTM, ACI, and IRC guidelines as well for the use of the product. And what makes us apart, a lot of juries asked us on the stall that what sets us apart from other competitors is what that we ourselves believe truly in how we work and in sustainability. We had a privilege to host one of the jury members, Sunita ma'am, at our facility, and she saw that we actually believe in the sustainable manufacturing and green manufacturing practices. We are 100% solar powered as well.
I'll have to cut you there, sorry. We've
sorry.
given you almost
Okay,
45 extra
no worries.
seconds.
Thank
you so much.
Yes.
Thank you for the presentation. I have a couple of questions.
Sure.
Do you develop this technology in-house, licensed it from somebody? I know it's there in the world, so
Correct.
that's one. And second is, what is your current scale of production and current revenues and scale that you have before you have to add additional capacity?
Correct. So no, we have sourced our machineries from Russia, where this technology and material is very prevalent in use, given that they have a lot of structural issues with TMT, with their environmental issues. Second, no, it is not a proprietary technology. We have taken a technology transfer from Russia, from machinery supplier, but we have our proprietary resin blend that makes our product much more with higher tensiles. And currently we started manufacturing last August. In last 10 months we have had almost 1.4 CR of revenue. Currently our capacity is anywhere between 100 to 125 tons depending on the rebar diameters that we can manufacture. In steel terms that would be 500 tons approximately. So this is the level that we have currently.
In revenue, how much is that?
Sorry?
How much is that in revenue?
The full capacity would be around 1. So 12 months would be 18 CR. 15 to 18 CR with full capacity.
So we discussed the shortcoming in this is that the ductility of the product is less and startups cannot be made.
Correct.
So that means we'll really have to have a hybrid model of rebars in the site.
Exactly.
That's a challenge, doing this aside. So either, and plus, if that has to be done, then all the orders have to come to either single point of production and delivery, which is again going to add to the transportation cost, time, etc., etc. How do you plan to overcome that?
So, sir, when you see it as a challenge, I see it as an opportunity. Reason being, if that is a challenge, it can be solved because we are allowed, and according to the codes, we are allowed to be used in hybrid, right? So the adaptation issue won't be there because we can use it in distribution of rebars. So that makes our things much more adaptable because steel is something that everyone has used before. So they just have to make the bends at site and we can supply the straight rebars. So that makes us more adaptable, first. Second, no, it doesn't have to completely be dependent on us. If there is any variation on the site, they can very well use the steel stirrups to bind it up. There won't be any work lag. No. So that works well for us.
Thank you so much, everyone. Can we have a big round of applause for the representatives from Dura Composites? Next, I'd like to invite on stage Static Concrete Manufacturers Private Limited. So we don't end up goofing up later. Can you just check if it's working properly for you? It's a hard press. Is it going next? The green button in the center, yeah? No? Okay, just give us a second and then we'll start your time.
Which company?
First page, basically, go back. Yeah? It's working for you now? Perfect. So your 3 minutes start now.
Good evening, everyone. So thank you for giving me a chance to present here and to talk to you about what we do. I don't think 3 minutes will be enough to present, so I will just go through a story. I will just try to say what we do and what we believe in. So we are static concrete manufacturers. What we call is the next generation of concrete, which has to be smart, sustainable, and data-driven. Sustainability is not a choice, it has to be mandated. Mandated cannot be done through policies, it has to be done through practice. So in terms of foundation, we have founders, we have Dr. Smriti and myself, who are from, and I will just go for the main problems. Cement, 1 kg of cement adds almost 1 kg of carbon dioxide. India almost utilizes 444 million tons of cement. That means 444 million tons of carbon dioxide annually in the last year, which is going to increase because we're the start of urbanization. How much is that? That's the total carbon emission of almost Australia. 12% of the total carbon emission of India is only because of cement industry, and then we have issues of quality and life of structures going down. If you see the process in the down, the chemical calcination, the breaking of limestone is responsible 51% of the carbon emission. So if you make it everything green, still you're going to have 51% of that. Then what's the problem? We don't have alternatives? Yes, we have alternatives, but there is no standardization, there's no circularity. And you have waste coming from agriculture, municipal, industrial. And when it goes with cement, it creates something we call alternative binders, which improves the performance of cement itself. So where do we come up with a solution? We start with what we call is precision and sustainability in every mix. Use the waste which has calcium, alumina, silica, and certain elements in the systems. Develop the performance-based alternatives with microstructural engineering and designing for the exposure condition that it has been to, and using a data-driven approach of AI and ML, where we come back and make the process much more easier to adapt since the geographies change and materials characteristics change. So in terms of products, we look at non-breakable concrete and different type of concrete that are now manufactured outside India, in China, in US and UK, and we're manufacturing it in India with Indian technologies. In terms of value chain technology, we have the characterization we do the analysis, we can collect the data, blend it to create the mixes that comes out. And we save the cost, we cut the cement in structural by 30 to 40%, and non-structural up to almost 100% for certain applications. In terms of the go-to-market, we have the already binder systems, the concrete and the concrete products that comes directly, where product sell and product development management services are the major revenue generations. We have been doing projects with PGP Slabs, Habitats, Ultratech, and even ISRO. In terms of SDGs, I will just close with this, that we are looking at 9, 11, 12, and 13. We're looking at AI and IoT integration of the systems, increasing the service life, employment generation for the Tier 2 and Tier 3 cities, developing affordable housing, cutting 35% of the concrete and 35% of the steel in the constructions, and utilizing 600 kg of waste per cubic meter of concrete up to that, and a carbon footprint reduction of 200 kg and more for the concrete that goes in. Yeah, so thank you. As a partners, clients, we got some awards, and thank you.
So, neighboring countries like Singapore was also almost 55% of developers are pouring low carbon concrete. Why are we not able to pour low carbon concrete?
Yeah, so in Singapore, in Malaysia, there is a push for that because of the resource efficiency, what we call. When you don't have it, you cannot use it. They don't have quarries, they don't have limestone, so they have to go the way. In India, it's the opposite. We have still quarries alive, we have so many cement companies working all over India. There is another way to look at it. The cost of transportation is increasing, the cost of mining is increasing, the cement cost is increasing tremendously day after day, like if you see the trend for the last 10 years. Now what we require is resource efficiency, and that brings sustainability, where we utilize whatever being there, where we are developing our cities. The Tier 2s are going to become Tier 1s, the Tier 1s are going to become mega cities like China. So we have to go and utilize whatever being there, which is locally within 150 kilometers available, and which can reduce the total cement content in the concrete, because what actually goes in the structure is concrete. Cement is a part of that.
Have you started working with any of the ready-mix concrete suppliers?
Yes, we work in ready-mix suppliers in Chennai and in Gujarat, near Surat. We have been doing that. We are getting good workability and whatever. So we design it to get the properties what they are used to. They don't have to relearn things. Whatever they know, they get it within that system only. Hi. Okay. Quick.
How do you look at the hubs where the construction is actually happening? It's Bangalore, Pune, Bombay, because that's where you're not operating. And the other point on the material to be used for the facade should be tested for thermal comfort, which is the U value.
Yes, ma'am. So yeah, thermal comfort, yes. When we are looking at the blocks and the bricks, yes. But when you have the outside facades, we have the walls, the twisted walls and systems. They also go with only structural properties. But yeah, for the blocks, yes, we have to put the U block.
Even for the
Yeah, okay, sorry. I will do the U-value testing for that also. Apart from that, in terms of cities, ma'am, why Gujarat? Because we have a huge amount of industries there, the initial wastes. Ahmedabad, Surat, Vadodara are developing tremendously. Chennai, Coimbatore are fast developing cities and they take solutions very fast. Bangalore is very developed. Pushing a new material inside takes some time here because a too developed system takes some time, whereas the developing systems adapt things very fast.
Quick question from me.
Yeah.
What revenue are you at? And in 30 seconds, what's your GTM?
As a revenue, the last year we had 24 lakhs. This year we already have 80 lakhs PO and closing by 6 months, starting for 2.5 CR. In terms of GTM, we are supplying basically two major things. One is the concrete and the additives that go in the concrete, which is the alternative binder. And second is the service that we are giving for large companies like Tata Power and other places, where we are utilizing the waste and put it into the product that they are going to develop.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. Can we have a big round of applause for Satic Concrete Manufacturers? And with that, I'd like to request our next presenter from Arex Innovations Private Limited to please take the stage. And your time starts now. No? Okay, I'll stop your time. 1 second.
I will say.
It's working?
Yes.
Okay, your time starts now then.
Thank you for giving a chance to present Arex. My name is Dr. Ansu Kumar, and here I am introduce Arex Innovations, which use a microalgae power to purify air. And here we are giving the air cleaning in terms of carbon dioxide, NOx and SOx, regarding particulate material also. So we develop a technology for access to our client, make together for clean urban air. Carbon dioxide increase day by day, and due to that temperature will increase. And that may be not suitable for living things. If I am talking about the indoor, it's more worse than the outside because every breath release carbon dioxide. 90% time will sit in the indoor system. That may cause your reduced productivity and mental clarity, also the reason of headache. So our solution is a microalgae design structure unit. They act as a liquid plant. They have a chlorophyll. They do a photosynthesis, but not depend on the sunlight. They also remove the NOx and SOx for the food purpose to make a carbohydrate and protein. And also additionally, they remove a particulate material by using a HEPA filter as a hybrid system. And this process is patented, and design structure also we are patented. And the market size of air purifier is 13 billions, where the maximum Dyson and Honeywell's company will sit that. But they are only depend on the particulate material, where we are introduced 5 more parameters like carbon dioxide, NOx and SOx, and release oxygen via photosynthesis, what plant will do outside. If we are able to comparison with the market samples, we are not only remove the particulate material, we also capture carbon dioxide and break down into the oxygen. And we are not generating any secondary pollutant. At the last, we collected a biomass that is the best organic fertilizer. Our business model is sell this device with the culture, media, and nutrition. Every 90 to 120 days, we have to change this refill. If we have a very less green space where the plant is not growing very much. So due to that, air pollution will increase. Due to that, the city will lose the life more than 10 years. This is our structure design for outdoor with the solar integrated system. If I am comparison, in 500 square feet, we are able to put it the 40 tree, mature tree as a power of microalgae. Why not? Because people sit 90% time indoor is very high. Health awareness also increased. This is the reason we pick the microalgae has the future. This is our own R&D research where we are able to remove this 4,000 to 4,500 ppm in a month by a microalgae. And this is a carbon dioxide reduction. This is our team. Me, Dr. Ansu Kumar, and the CEO is Pratik Patel. Thank you for a chance to giving here. Be innovative for the greener tomorrow. Thank you.
Thank you so much. And with that, I'll pass it on to the jury members.
Do you have any sort of certifications for the quality?
Yes, we have a NABL certificate from SGS as well as research institute like PDP Institute. They have a certified that they are able to capture carbon dioxide, NOx and SOx, including particulate material.
So question is, what is the cost of your subscription now? And I know the answer, but it will be good for the audience. But how did you come to that pricing? And is there a possibility to reduce that by at least, half or more?
Yeah, the price is 1,500 rupees for the 1 year with culture and nutrition. Every 90 days you have to change it and don't worry about the culture in India. For 1 year, company will provide at the doorstep for the culture and nutrition. This is a subscription model for next years. You require only 1,200 to pay it, and per day might be lesser than 300. And it's a support of the nature actually. It's a plant. And the second questions, yes, it's able to reduce it. It depends on the scale up and the culture, how we store it. Because right now our unit is valueless. The biotechnology lab is very cost effective. So if we are able to increase this mass, then definitely the cost will reduce more.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
And with that, I'd like to invite the last presenter from this first set, which is Lambert Technovation Private Limited. And can you please test if it's working perfectly fine for you? Just 1 second. Just give me a minute. They're adjusting it, and then we'll start your time once you're comfortable. Yeah. Can you see if it's working? Okay. Your time starts now.
Hi. Thank you everyone for being here. I am Abhijit, founder of Lambert. Lambert, we are building a tech which can eliminate chemical as well as the time. So we are treating a wastewater with a small amount of electricity and the set of electrodes. Talking about India, when we have a nice cup of coffee, the blazer and shirts are on, everything consumes water. And you know what? 20% of them goes untreated on a daily basis. The number you are seeing, 55 billion, this is the amount of wastewater that goes in India untreated on a daily basis. So if there are CTP, ETP, and too many things we hear, Namami Gange, Swachh Bharat, then why this is a problem? When we go to the industry, we see through it, we find these common problems. You need to treat the wastewater for days and hours to get it done. You need to add a lot of chemical into the wastewater to get it done. And not only that, once you add a chemical, you can get a lot of sludge also. And at last, you get a non-compliant. In Lambert, what we did different, what we chose to do different. While people are doing a treatment into hours or days, we are able to do it into a second. So we are not 1 or 2 times faster. We are 200 times faster than any in the industry out there. We doesn't add a single drop of chemical into the wastewater, and we can make any plant work just by adding a primary treatment module. This is what the text looks like. What we did different, we combined 7 processes into a single reactor to make it compact, fast, and economic at the same time. We use the tech we all heard about is electrolysis. Put an electrode into a water, give a the right amount of electricity, and you are good to go. Talking about a competitive analysis, we are cheaper, faster, and better. So this is our target market: textile, pharma, sewage, distillery. We generally have 2 revenue. Once you buy our product, you need to buy our consumables also. That's a good and sad part both. This is the order we received from the Kerala government, ever in Bairo, Thermex, and all of that. We got some good award for our tech for the different industries out there. That's all from my side. Thank you so much. I'm open to questions.
Thank you for the presentation. Abhijit, if you could go to your order list, 2 slides back. What's your revenue for an order for 140,000 liter per day or 10,000 liter per day?
Yeah, so for 140,000 per liter day, the order value is 3 CCR. And for the 10,000 per liter day, we sell only primary treatment. So the order value is around 15 lakhs.
And what is the highest scale plant that you can make?
I make this type of plant up to 16 lakh liter per day for Unilever in Indonesia. So I can make at least 50 lakh liter per day plant. But right now we don't have a production capacity for that. We have production capacity of for 10 lakh liter per day till now.
Okay, a couple of questions on performance. What's the units of electricity per cubic meter of water treated?
Right.
And second is, how often do you need to change the electrodes that you have?
Yeah, so that's actually a very good question. I don't have a time to answer that in presentation. So the good thing about the wastewater, what we've seen is every wastewater you've seen out there has a conductivity. So when the water have a conductivity, you don't require much of voltage. You require a very little amount of current to break the wastewater. So the good part is our electricity is 30% less than the biological treatment because it doesn't use a blower for days. So for a sewage, we require 0.8 to 1 kWh per KL. For a textile, it's 2.1 kWh per KL. For pharma, it's 5 kWh per KL. And for a chemical, it's between 4 to 8 kWh per KL. So we are not cheaper on a capex, but we are cheaper on a opex also.
Can I?
The consumer's part. The consumer's part depends on the what type of industry you are in. If you are in sewage, the same consumables could be changed into 6 months. If you are in textile, it would be 3 months. If you are in a pharma, it would be 1 month. So the consumables will be changed depending on the industry you are in.
You know, I'm segueing from his question. Very simple one. In terms of capex, compared to the conventional treatment plant, how many percentage are you cheaper if you are? And in the OPEX, how much cheaper are you compared to a conventional plant? Percentage-wise, just give me a percentage.
In a sewage, we are not cheaper. We are as equal that. In any effluent, we are minimum 30% cheaper in a capex and 20% in a OPEX.
So what you're saying is that difficult to treat effluent is where you're competitive compared to conventional treatment.
Right.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Let's have a big round of applause for him and also all the 5 innovators whom we have on stage. May I request all of you to please take your seat in the audience now. And with that, I'd like to call the next 5 presenters on stage. I can quickly name all of you. We have people representing Excel Coating India Private Limited, Soltech Design Labs Private Limited, Zodhya Tech, Pavak Energy Private Limited, and Earth Focus Earthwise Private Limited. I hope all the 5 teams are on stage. Perfect, thank you so much. So the rules remain very similar to how we ran it in the first half. You'll all have 3 minutes. I'm going to ring 1 bell at 2 and a double bell at 3, which is your indication to wrap up. So with that, I'm going to now give off the stage to our next presenter who's representing Excel Coatings India Private Limited. Let's please give him a big round of applause. Do you want to very quickly test your marker before we start your time? The green button, a hard press to that button. It's not working. Just give us a second to rectify. Not working. Can you check now? Yeah, perfect. Your time starts now.
Hi, good evening, everyone. I'm Vidya Prakash from Excel Coatings India Private Limited. And thank you for this opportunity. It was a wonderful day. And so currently we are all very familiar with this topic where we talk about extreme heat, health risks, heat waves, poor air quality, and water shortage, infrastructure damage, all due to the heat, the sun's heating up, and the loss of green spaces, and a lot of urbanizations. So here we come in with the solutions. So basically we are into manufacturing of heat reflective products, heat management. So basically our product ranges comes from reflective coating for heat, roof and walls, and for glasses, and we also have insulation coatings and insulation plasters. So basically cool roof coatings, what we manufacture is the India's first 4-in-1 technology. So it comes with reflective plus insulation plus fiber reinforced waterproofing, and along with a nano-based self-cleaning surface. So the major advantage is that there is no dust settling, does not spoil your performance. At the same time, it is easily cleanable. So the maintenance cost is very low and gives you for life of 5 to 7 years. And whereas this Excel Stay Cool is a new product that we have launched, and it's an innovative technology for glass, where it's a complete replacement for window films, and it can also go in places where window films cannot be done. So basically this is a coating, highly transparent coating with a visibility of more than 75% and with an IR block of 85% and a UV block of 99%. So the basic idea is that it allows a lot of light to come in, but it curtails the IR and UV, that is heat and degradation part is completely cut off. So even in showrooms kind of areas where the visibility is very important, this can be very well used, and this can also be give you a very good heat reduction, and it reduces your energy load. And with a single coat, you can achieve a SHGC of 34, which is very competitive compared to the competitive in a single layer. And this Insulex is an insulation coating. So this one acts as a thermal barrier between heat and cold. And we also now launching a insulation plaster, which is a permanent coating compared to a heat reflective coating. This will be a permanent screed that can be laid over the roof. So these are the basic project problems that we solve, and these are the products. So basically we are a 4-year-old company, and we are almost in 8 states with almost like 18 to 20 dealers, distributors. And so this is a versatile product range we have. So we cater right from homes, industries, IT parks, government, buildings, and even we do for trains and outdoor cabins. So this has a large application area. And we have been recognized with 4 international Indian awards. So the basic business model we go is manufacturing and application along with retail sales. And we are setting up a separate unit for glass coating, and we are also scaling up globally. Thank you.
Yeah, so there are other competitors in the market.
Yes.
So how are you innovatively different from them in terms of costs or in terms of ability to do it quickly? Or
So basically for cool roof paints, we are the first company with the 4-in-1 technology, which is reflective plus insulation plus fiber reinforced waterproofing and nano self-clean surface. So normally reflective coating comes with only reflective pigments, whereas this is reflective plus insulative, and also we have introduced a self-cleaning surface. So easy to maintain. So this makes us apart from the normal products that's available in the market. And regarding the glass coating, we are the one of the first product to be launched in this sector. So we don't have a competitors yet for that.
Okay. Question on the innovation.
Yes, sir.
Any of these products, or which parts of your capabilities are licensed from international players or imported or developed from in a university or developed in the company? Where is the innovation happening?
It's an innovation, the cool coats and all is indigenously developed in our own labs. We have completely formulated it. And the glass coating, we have worked with few institutions like CSRI and Madras University and getting some technologies and performances. So most of the developments happen in-house.
Yeah, just an addition to that.
Yes.
Have you thought about licensing your technology to some of the OEMs who already do coating on the glass and things like that?
Yes, sir. Yes. See, this is a relatively new product. So we are just recently launched this, and we are already in touch with 2-3 OEM manufacturers who are testing our products currently. So we are looking into both the supply to OEM as well as into retail market. And
Thank
we are
you
also
so much.
introducing DIY kits, which every homeowners can use. It's not about only application in large areas, but to every homes it can be catered.
Thank you so much.
Thank
Can
you.
we have a big round of applause for him, please? Next, I'm going to hand over the stage to Soltech Design Labs Private Limited. Just allow us a second.
This time won't count in 3 minutes, right?
I promise. And I've secretly given extra time for all the glitches that we did. So this won't work with the clicker because it's a PDF.
Yeah.
We'll keep scrolling for you.
Okay, I will say next. That's
Yeah.
not enough. Okay. Yeah.
So,
Hi.
yeah.
Sure. Should I go?
Yeah.
Okay. Hi everyone. My name is Aditya. I'm founder and CEO of Soltech Design Labs. We basically work into upcycling of waste into alternate materials for sustainable construction. Next slide, please. So we started with two problems. One is of ever-growing waste that is particularly focused on plastics and plastics mixed with other materials. So when you discard plastics after their single use, they are commingled with other materials and end up in landfills because there is no single technology which can process heterogeneous waste or more than one type of material mixed together, more particularly plastics. On the other side, a country like India, urban infrastructure is the dire need. We need more affordable and durable materials. 1/3 of India's population living in town cities and 1/4 of all urban housings are slum. So that is where we have to come up with new applications or innovations. Next slide, please. So we have a technology-driven recycling process. What we do essentially is take different kinds of waste materials, more particularly plastic as a binder base, different kinds of industrial waste, construction and demolition waste as an aggregate filler. Mix of these materials goes into our patented technology where we manufacture different kinds of product applications out of it. These product applications can be from like flooring, roofing, walling, different applications, different material properties and different compositions for different use cases. What essentially we have done patented is there are two innovations. One is the material science about it and the other one is the machines where we manufacture this kind of product into different applications. Next please. We hold 2 granted patents in India, multiple international patents in US, China, Japan and Australia published. We have all the national level certifications from NABL approved labs as well as central institutes. We have green product certifications by GRIHA, Green Pro by AGBC, LCA, EPD, nationally and internationally. Next slide please. The market potential we are solving is on two sides. One is we are bringing plastics which are not getting recycled right now, that is single-use plastic. 95% of it loses its value after the first use. We are bringing that into the value chain. And then on the other side, green building materials where precast materials are being taken up and rapid scale. So that is where we are solving both the ends. The USP is on two sides. One is on the technology and another one is on product. If you see technology, we compare ourselves with the end-of-life disposal of other plastic products or plastic materials or technology alternative like waste to incineration, mechanical recycling, chemical recycling and all. We reduce 60 to 80% of CO2 emissions. We can process all kinds of plastic waste, C&D plus aggregates, 50 plus type of products, lean manufacturing. Composite products are basically affordable products and sustainable driven footprints. Next please. These are the product applications. Next please. Our business model is fairly simple, bringing the technology in the local source, making the local recovery facilities into recycling and convert your waste into your product applications. Next please. This is our footprint so far, 5 TPD installed capacity, 520 metric tons recycled, 220,000 square feet of product installed, 12 product certification, 15 national and international award, 10 plus intellectual property. Next please. This is how the installed product looks like. Next please. These are the more products from our materials from different applications, from building integrated photovoltaic to urban landscape to different kinds of sustainable furnitures as well. Next please. This has been our impact. More particularly in next 5 years, we are looking for 1.5 million metric tons of plastic waste to be diverted, 3,000 plus green jobs to be created, and 4.73 million tons of GHG emission to be offset with our own technology to be deployed globally.
Thank you so much.
Hey Aditya.
Yeah.
Quick question. Where all are your plants currently right now, and where are you all supplying? Where are you all sourcing and where are you all supplying to?
Sure. So we have 2 plants. So we recently had another plant, but both of the plants are in Gandhinagar. They are just nearby adjacent areas. We are sourcing from Ahmedabad, Vadodara and Gandhinagar, and we are supplying across 3 states. In 2 states, Maharashtra and Rajasthan, we have supplied pilot scale because logistic is not feasible. We are just doing for the product like introduction. But in Gujarat, we have supplied across Ahmedabad, Baroda, Surat, Junagadh, Rajkot in B2B and B2G cases.
And if you had to set up one in the southern part of the country or anywhere else, what would the approximate cost be to set up a factory unit?
So it depends on the scale and the type of material and the product we want to manufacture, but anywhere between 3 crore to 5 crore is the turnkey project cost, between 5 to 10 TPD.
And your current revenue?
So we have, last year we closed 1.2 crore close to, from the product sales. We have yet to establish the turnkey project. Yeah.
Any other questions? Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Can I have my next presenter from Zodhya Tech, please? And can I request my back-end team to set up their presentation? The green button, can you check if it's working and then I'll start your time? Yeah.
It's working.
Perfect, your time starts now.
Hi everyone, I'm Rohit representing Zodhya Technologies. At Zodhya, we work with buildings in reducing their energy costs and also making them energy efficient. Why energy? Any building we look into, right, they have always got this high energy bills. So be it a commercial building, hospital or an industry, the bills are like 1.8 CR, 13 lakhs, 33 lakhs. These are monthly bills of some of our clients we are working with. Maybe Infosys even runs into crores, I'm not sure. But that's where we are bringing in our solutions to reduce this energy bills and energy consumption. So wherein with our current set of solutions, we are reducing our client's energy bill by about 30%, that too from day one. And then it integrates with the existing systems without requiring any mechanical or any infrastructural changes as such. And here is a snapshot of one of the client's energy bill with before and after our solution. As you can see, close to 30% in terms of savings. And this has been possible with a couple of our products. So one which we call it as Soul, the other which we call it as SaverX. So SaverX, it addresses the usage aspect of it, especially the HVAC systems, because in a commercial building, the energy profile, if you look at 70% of it is the HVAC systems. So that's where it looks into where it optimizes on the go without requiring you to change your room temperature as such, but it looks at optimally controlling the back-end parameters of the HVAC system. And then when it comes to Soul, it uses ML on behind and looks at different distributional energy losses and how the sourcing of supply can be optimized better. With this combination of solutions is where now we are deployed with more than 30 companies, different sectors like offices, retail, hospitality and industries. Most of them in India, but we also have current deployments happening in Singapore and Gulf region as well. With our current deployments, our clients are saving using our devices close to 150,000 USD per month in terms of energy bill savings, and in terms of scope to emission reduction, it's close to 1 million kg CO2 emission reduction per month. And talking a bit about us, me and Sharath, we have known close to a decade, been working in this problem of energy, relate to this a lot, and during and our startup is supported by Rainmatter Climate to further scale this endeavor. And we have also been recognized by a few organizations in India and globally as well, organizations like JETRO, Singapore Tourism Board, Department of Telecom, where they are awarded as the Best India Innovation Award. And yeah, that's in brief about Zodhya. Thank you. Dhanyavadagalu to all the Mysore and SDI. And I think I'm within time, right? So just like our products, so right from day one is where we deliver. I mean, our devices deliver.
Right. Thank you, Rohit. We'll use that extra time for questions.
Sure.
Can you tell us about your current revenue and what's the time to deploy and get money from customers for you?
So since we do it on B2B scale, so the sales cycle run anywhere between 6 months to 18 months, depending on the kind of clients we work with. The current blocked orders which we have is close to 300K USD, and then there is a 1 million USD in the pipeline as well. We operate on a subscription revenue, so that's in ARR is what I'm speaking about. This covers about 15 companies, and then there are other 15 companies we have in pilots with as well. So,
what was your revenue last financial year? When did you start selling, and what was your revenue?
so it's close to 12 months we have launched this product. So the amount I was speaking about, 300K USD, is in the last one year.
Thank you. You said you also have the source selection.
Yes, yes.
Correct. Yeah, theoretically it's fine, but practically in the Indian context, have you had a reduction in energy bill due to source reduction? Do you have a case to present?
So,
and if so, what's the extent of?
So yeah, so we
benefit?
actually started with a Japanese building for this offering to start off. So where we did like they had like solar plus battery system where they wanted to reduce the payback period. So with our algorithm, with this whole setup together, we were able to reduce from 20 years to 8 years in payback period. And then we started rolling out to Indian clients. About 3 clients are working on this specific source selection. So there we are seeing payback period reduction from 15 years to close to 11.5 to 12 years. So about 25 to 30% in payback period reduction. So.
I have a question, yes. Rohit. So you didn't really talk about how actually you reduce the energy consumption. You give just a summary of you reducing in HVAC and so on. So if you can tell about how is it different from a BMS, a fully functional BMS, which you typically see in large buildings, or are you talking about these savings where there is no BMS involved, where there is no control system involved? Is that so? Or how is it different from a BMS system, which has all the algorithms and all the optimizers already there?
So both the solutions, they integrate. If you have a BMS system, it can sit on top of it, like an intelligence layer. If you do not have as well, we work with non-BMS or non-EMS systems as well. So what effectively does is, when I talk about SaverX, it looks into the cooling demand that needs to be met. And in order that to be met, what is the optimal way or optimal combination of the backend parameters of the HVAC system that should operate with? So let's just say for a building like this, at what temperature should a chiller operate? At what pressure should a pump operate? And your cooling demand requirement changes real time, right? So your settings also need to be changed real time so that the energy savings happen on the go, as well as you reach that required temperature at the floor level or the room level.
So that's the job of the BMS.
Yeah, so
typically.
If it's a BMS is existing, our device is integrated on the BMS server on top of it. So.
That would require you to be able to plug into existing BMS systems and their suppliers. Have you been able to do that?
Yes, sir. So both with BMS and non-BMS buildings, we have been able to work. And when we do that with BMS, it's usually we integrate with the BMS server where we have that read and write function enabled. And we do have in our device both kind of integrations like Modbus backnet if it's a locally hosted BMS. If it's a cloud hosted BMS, we do have API level integrations as well.
Thank you so much. Let's
Thank you.
please give him a big round of applause. And with that, we've reached the second last team for the evening. May I please request representatives from Pavaka Energy Private Limited to please take the stage. Allow us a few seconds to pull up your presentation. Yeah. Is it working? Yes. Perfect.
Hi, I'm Vikram, co-founder and CEO of Pavaka Energy. With me is Kaparti Bharadwaj, co-founder and CEO. Pavaka is basically means solar storm in Sanskrit. Imagine any surface that can be converted into a solar panel. Imagine any building that can be converted into a solar power plant. That's what we are doing at Pavaka Energy. And this is being possible because of our team, extremely dedicated team, and also we are supported by some selfless supporters. So our innovation is basically a formula which is a very specific combination of nanomaterials, which when coated on surface with our coating technology can convert that surface into a solar panel, and it's a patented technology. The secrets, so the basis of the formula is very simple, not because you're trying to understand the chemistry behind it, that is complex, but the process itself, chemistry process itself is very simple. And it is affordable because of the materials we are using and the technology we are, the coating technology we are using is very affordable. And it's also recyclable.
So we are at a very exciting, we are entering a very exciting market of building integrated photovoltaics, which is a very nascent stage in India. But recent research conducted by independent researchers say that the Indian market is close to $1 trillion by end of 2030. And given the experts in this room, you can all say that there's a real estate market is actually growing, and we will see actually double the buildings that we have right now by 2040. So this is a growing market, it's not a static market. And we're going to start with commercial buildings, green commercial buildings in particular, because they understand the value proposition of solar rooftop, and they've been through that journey, and we want to go beyond solar rooftop and basically envelope, provide an envelope for solar beyond solar rooftop.
So our journey started at the end of 2022, December, that's when we incorporated. Since then, we got some grants, demonstrated the proof of concept, raised some equity funding, built a lab, built a team, built the prototype, and now we are gearing up for pilots. So our long-term vision is to basically provide energy independence to the users with a full stack of solar energy technologies and propel humanity towards Type 1 civilization. Thank you so much.
Over to the jury for questions.
What is that you said? What civilization?
Type 1 civilization.
What is type 1?
So it's
self-dependent.
No, it's a science fiction scale where the entire planet can consume most of the energy instant by the parent star.
Nice.
Very innovative stuff. We spoke.
Yes.
And you said per meter square, your cost is 50% and efficiency is 30%.
Yes.
Right. That actually would increase capital cost per unit generation by about 20 odd %.
Yes.
Right. In terms of vis-a-vis conventional PV. Right. That's one bit. But the other problem is essentially the surface is not being, being vis-a-vis the GHI, right? Because the surfaces could be vertical, your generation would further go down, right? So how do you really sell this vis-a-vis the final output vis-a-vis the, what you call capital cost?
So one is the unit cost economics. So if you look at our initial target customers, which is commercial buildings, now they are paying close to anywhere between 11 to 19 rupees per unit tariff if they consume from the grid. And if you maximize the solar rooftop, per se, so what we are saying is the additional units that we generate by covering your area without any infrastructure overhaul, we can generate it cheaper than the grid rate and almost close to the markup that you mentioned, 20% markup on existing solar, which is about 4 rupees. So we will come in at 4.8 rupees roughly right now, but we will, as we increase in efficiency, we will come down. Our cost will come down.
Let me understand.
Yes.
Vis-a-vis conventional photovoltaic, right?
Yes.
Capital cost versus generation,
yes,
you would be about 20 to 25% more expensive.
Actually, we are lower.
At the panel level, you will be higher, you said.
At the panel, no, at the panel level will be lower.
No, let me use your own numbers.
Yes.
Your cost is 50% lower per meter square vis-a-vis conventional PV.
Yes. Yes.
Your generation is 1/3 of conventional.
Yes.
If you use this number, the capital cost per unit generation vis-a-vis typical photovoltaic will be 20% higher.
Actually, let me correct you there. Generation is not 1/3. So efficiency is actually,
1/3.
yeah, we cover more area for the same units generated.
Okay. We'll take this off.
Yeah.
But your second part of the question about what happens if you're using the vertical
because
walls.
when you use vertical surfaces,
Yes. So this
the generation further drops.
Yes. True.
Because what you have is the diffused
Correct.
irradiation.
Correct.
So we'll take this off the line. I don't think we should take it. Thank you.
Thank you
Any
so
any
much.
place where it is successful, any part of the
So
world?
we are just
Any part of the world where similar technology?
So the questions. So the question is about efficiency versus cost, and it's the same question that those companies are also facing. Companies which have made this, for example, Heliatech from Germany, which has made organic solar cell. At module level, it is 13% they claim. At cell level, 13% they claim, and at module level, they are at 8%, and their cost is about 80,000, 90,000 rupees per kilowatt. So we, direct comparison with us, yes, we are at lower efficiency today, but cost is lower because we are using materials which are abundantly available, like in your mobile phone, in your food packaging, cosmetics. We are using those similar kind of materials. There are other technologies like Cardine Energy. They are expensive, but at the same time, their energy efficiency is very low, and they are using it for facades, glass facades. So we sit in the sweet spot or the Goldilocks zone where our cost is less, efficiency is less today, yes, but we have some techniques that we still have to implement which will bump up our efficiency.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you.
And with that, I'd like to invite the last presenter for the evening. They represent Earth Focus Earthwise Private Limited.
Just check. Can you press Control L to see if full screen comes? He's saying. Yeah.
Perfect. Too many slides, too little time. So hi everybody, I'm Arun from Earth Focus. We are a startup that helps reduce water consumption in buildings. The biggest problem that we are trying to solve is that we consume more than what we need. So what can we do about this? We use this framework called measure, manage, and minimize. So we start with smart water management. So this is a journey of a water in a building. There's a source, there's storage, there's consumption, and there's treatments and loops. So what we do is we help clients visualize this with our entire suite of our solutions. So the smart meters are installed, the meters communicate the data to the telemetry, and from there you get a live dashboard. We have custom dashboards that helps you manage water more easily. Now with this data, we now understand and we can benchmark the client. After that is the most interesting part, where we actually implement solutions to reduce their water consumption. So one such solution is these water savers. We had a client who saved close to 30% of his domestic water consumption implementing this. We have a range of products, but there are a lot more. So one of the biggest thing that we have cracked is cooling towers. Cooling towers is one of the biggest water guzzlers in any industry. A lot of water evaporates into the atmosphere as evaporative loss. We designed a machine that actually captures this water and sends it back into the system. And to validate that, we also had water management. So this is a full-scale prototype where we've implemented, and so we actually had a recovery percentage of 33. So in case where 100 liters evaporate, we were able to recover 33%. And the estimated annual savings is close to 29, I think close to 3 million liters of water. Now, with water management, along with the reduction solutions, the impact can be clearly seen. This was one of our MNC client who saved close to 41 million liters of water just by implementing our solutions. There's a residential client over here who saved close to 10 crore liters just by implementing our home kit alone, not even water management. So as you can see, now let's just take the MNC client, right? He saved 41 million liters of water. That's not just water, that's also the energy that is used by the pump, tanker lorry, visiting gets reduced, a huge reduction in your CO2 footprint, reduced maintenance and operational costs, and there is a guaranteed return on investment. So we tailor our solutions for residential, commercial, and industrial clients. So with Earth Focus, we do not promise savings, we guarantee it. And till date, we have saved close to 5 billion liters of water. Our goal is to save 5 billion liters of water every day by the end of 2030. So that's it. If you have any questions, feel free to ask. Thank you so much.
So one question here is that you're able to save about 30% of the water you mentioned in the evaporative cooling, right?
Yes.
What gets you to 30% right now, and how do you get that number to double or yeah?
So this was our first full-scale product. We did a lot of prototyping before that. Our goal is to reach 50%. The problem is that right now, if the percentage increases, there's a slight increase in the energy usage as well. So we have to manage it properly to make sure that both the energy-water nexus is maintained. This is our first prototype, by the way. This product is not commercialized yet. We are taking it on a project basis. The final product would be like somewhere in the range of 50 to 60% recovery with, and we also want to make it very affordable as well. So yes.
Yeah, we again sort of
Yes.
discuss. The choice is between a dry cooling tower and a wet cooling tower.
Yes.
And by introducing a new system into a wet cooling tower for water recovery, the additional energy consumption should offset the inefficiency by using a dry cooling tower.
Yes.
So how do you compare? In the sense, say, okay, fine. A particular, take any city condition or, say
My
coastal
market-
city or a...
My market is not even the dry cooling towers. My market is the existing cooling towers that are there that actually evaporates a lot of water. When you compare it to a dry cooling tower, yes.
I'm talking of when somebody is making a new capital investment decision.
Yes.
And making a decision between a dry and a wet cooling tower. So how do you sort of compare?
See, there's this key thing called as energy-water nexus. So if it is positive, the client will actually have an ROI.
I said, how do you compare in terms of if one is making a new capital investment decision between a dry and a wet, and the trade-off is efficiency and capital cost, how do you compare? Are you more competitive or are you focused more on retrofit of existing wet cooling towers?
We are actually competitive in that way. So right now we are doing it in a plant in Gujarat for a 100 tier cooling tower where the cost is roughly around 6 lakhs, where the client can see his ROI within like 3 years. Because he's recovering water and it's high quality water that comes out. So there will be an ROI and there's no point in anything in sustainability if there's no ROI. So there is an ROI and that's the market that we are trying to target.
Is pegged to the cost of water.
Cost of water, availability, operational costs, everything.
And efficiency-wise, it's almost equal.
Yes,
is
so
it?
imagine the water going down back to the cooling tower, your cycle of concentration increases, your blowdown losses reduce, there's no compromise. In fact, the cooling tower water management will help you keep your cooling tower make sure it's in its most peak efficiency form. So with that, yes, there will be a slight increase in the efficiency of the cooling tower as well. So that's the thing. Any other questions, gentlemen and lady?
Thank you so much.
Okay. Thank you so much.
And a big thank you to all the presenters. I may now request all of you to please take your seats in the audience. And for all the students who are sitting with us here, I hope all of you have taken some cues on different innovative solutions you can maybe use to your advantage during your grand jury tomorrow. You still have the chance, right? Well, thank you so much. With that, now I think the baton falls in the hands of the jury members to discuss how all the presentations went, because very soon we are going to come up with the results. And while our jury members do the deliberations, well, very quickly, shall we send them backstage so it's easier? Shall we send the jury members backstage? Well, if you want a space to just sit and talk. So. Oh. Perfect. But nonetheless, in the meantime, I mean, keeping aside the fact that we had a super efficient jury, we had something really exciting planned for you guys while they were away. But now you get to see it too. That's the advantage. We have Arjun Gupta here, a successful entrepreneur and one of the brains behind Sustainability Mafia. Can you please put your hands together for Arjun Gupta? That's all I can tell you. I think you should do one of your runs, Arjun, and give everyone a high five. Why don't you run through the crowd? Thank you so much. That was absolutely fantastic. I think one more round of applause for Arjun, guys. Well, thank you. And I know we have our innovators still with us as a part of the crowd, and a lot of them are pretty excited to know what the results are. So let's get to the last leg for the day. And for that, can I please invite all of our jury members on stage very quickly so that they're all here while we announce who the winner is. Well, thank you so much for joining us. And does any one of you want to take a few seconds or a minute to share how your experience was as a jury member? I mean, we don't have to go one by one, just anyone if you're ready. Otherwise, we can straight jump to the results as well. It was fun. Yeah, sure.
I think we were just discussing as a jury that I think the quality of startups this time around was fantastic. Hoping to see more and more startups take part in this event. SDI has been doing a great job and can't wait to see what they have in store for us next year as well.
Yeah, I agree. It's getting intense now. So some serious presenters and calls for equal serious assessment also.
My second time here, I think half the jury members are new. We are twice the size, I guess, last year from jury. Clearly, much more improvement. I've tried in the sustainability startups. You know, you can hear from Arjun's journey how hard it is, but I see more confidence, I see more belief, and I see more depth of thinking. Go on. Best of luck to you. Godspeed.
So it's my first time here, and I think what AEEE has done, what IHS has done has been absolutely phenomenal. We had to bring the number down from 30 to 10, and now it's going to come down from 10 to 1. I think what I'm excited about is that maybe next year you may have to, you know, actually jury for 60 startups. I don't know how that's going to happen, but I think again, kudos to all of you, RBS, to Pranav, and to Prasad and everybody else in the team. So I think a big pat on your back for what we've come to today, and yeah, excited for the final result.
Yeah, I think a big congratulations to AEEE, IHS, and all the organizers. I think it is beautifully organized. It's a great thing put together, and a big applause to all of you. And incredible startups and incredible founders, great tech and innovation, and that's where lies the hope that we'll deal with climate and we'll transition to a low carbon economy. Thank you.
So it was a very intense process. We had fun, and I think it was a day-long process, and we had fun doing it. And really congrats to the Solar Decathlon team. I wish we had more students here, because that's what they need to imbibe and see how startups can be supported. It's tough, been there, done that, and I'm out of a startup. So.
Yeah, same here. Very happy to see all the startups. It was fantastic, very exciting to see new technologies and all the innovation happening. Hopefully get to pilot some of them. And equally fun was Arjun's performance. I never expected that. Thank you all. And every single of the exhibitors was fantastic, I thought. Yeah.
Thank you so much. And I'm going to request all of you to come just a little forward because there's a live streaming going on. And with that, Sunita, if I may please request you to announce the winner. I'm going to hand you this envelope. Big response.
Thank you. Wow, should we do it Filmfare style? Wow, wow. Any guesses? Wow. Somebody, any other guesses? Sorry? Plastic board replacement. I mean, you'll have to name the company. Okay. Any other guesses? Arjun. Earth Focus. Okay. Okay. So winner of the Climate Smart Innovation Award 2025 is. Do you want to announce it?
Nothing's written here.
Nothing's written here. I mean, we couldn't decide. So there is nothing written here. So we have a very clear winner. It is Lambert Technovation Private Limited. We all kind of agreed, all of us. Wow, this is lovely. One of you present. Yes.
Congratulations. Should we call everyone a little towards the center? This is a question for the camera team. Or are you getting it okay? Oh, perfect.
Congratulations. Clear winner. Would you like to say a few words?
Like, I don't know, like, आदत नहीं है मेरे को इसकी. So yeah, it's a long journey ahead, and we make the sustainable more research efficient and the economical at the same time. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Thank you to all the jury members, and also congratulations once again. Okay, can I invite all the innovators on stage for one picture with the jury members? Sorry, I just got this instruction last minute. All the presenters from the Climate Smart Innovation Challenge, all 10 companies, if you can all please come up. And in the background, let's give them a big round of applause. They all did an excellent job. Thank you so much, everyone. So, folks, that's all we have for you today. Tomorrow morning, we get to know who the division winners are. So make sure you're here sharp at 9:15 a.m. tomorrow for that announcement. Later in the day tomorrow, we will see pitches from the division winners for the grand jury. I'll catch you all tomorrow for another incredible day. So let's meet at breakfast at 8 o'clock, followed by this hall at 9:15. Before we head for dinner, I think one very, very big round of applause until your hands are as hot as how you're expecting the dinner to be. So well.
The world is so hot, hot, hot. We're making it cool. so